Hi friends, welcome back to Programmer Guide YouTube channel. In last video we have discussed about the buy function. Now we will see the buy consumer and what is the advantages of it and the example programs. See, buy consumer interface, it accepts the two input arguments and does not return any value. See, right, in last video, previous section, we have discussed about the consumer. In consumer, it will take one input argument, it does not return anything. Here, right, it will take the two input arguments, it does not return anything. That means whenever you want to take the some data as the input, then you should go for consumer. If it is a two input arguments as a requirement, then you can go for the buy consumer. See, it is a two arbitrary specialization of the consumer interface. That means two input arguments is going to be take. Okay, it provides an abstract method accept. So object 1 and object 2 it will take. So that means T is the first object and U is the second object to perform the custom operations. As you know, right, buy consumer is also a functional interface. It is having the abstract method. This is the syntax of the buy consumer. As well as other operations, buy consumer is also having the joining, chaining, the method chaining. I mean buy consumer chaining. Here, right, and then is the method is available. So it is the syntax of the and then is default buy consumer and then buy consumer of super of after. This means it returns a composed consumer wherein parameterized by consumer will be executed first after the first one. What I mean to say is, suppose, right, by consumer, consumer one C1 dot and then C2, right, in C1 is going to be executed first, later it is going to be executed the after parameterized consumer. Okay, so it evaluates the operation throws, suppose, right, if any point of time it is going to be throws an error, okay, at the first consumer, consumer by consumer 1, right, it is not going to be execute complete operation, it will throw the caller, complete exception like null pointer exception or whatever the arithmetic exception, whatever it is throws, right, it will throw the error. So we will see the example. See, I have already written the one program by consumer. So it is going to be accept the two input arguments, right. So integer I have taken and simply have adding the two input accept methods. Okay, so forget about the second answer, I will explain later. See, 12 plus 18 30, that means it is accepting and we are printing the object, it is not having any return. Suppose, right, if we remove this, right, it will show some error like not allowing any return. See, void cannot be written, that means accept is the void method, right. So it cannot be written anything, that is the reason we need to print that message. Okay, suppose, right, our requirement is like accept the integer and string. Okay, here, right, I have taken the one example, that is map, okay, integer and string. Integer is the number, key, and string is the value. So I'm added the complete map with 6 elements. In the buy consumer, right, again I have taken this integer and string. Here, right, what I am trying to do is I am trying to print the key comma value. Key is the integer, string is the value. That means whatever the map is there, right, I am trying to take that map as the entry, to iterate this map, right, entry object and key set. Map dot entry set is map dot entry set is going to be having the complete object of this, right. So I am trying to loop and assigning to each entry. That means map of 1 comma Thomas is going to be 1 entry, right? Such a way it is going to be 6 entries. So BiConsumer dot accept, so whatever the accept is, right, it is going to be accepting, and we are providing the key and value as a string. So we are going to get the output of such a way. Actually I have formatted like square brackets and all. So this is how the values are going to be accept the BiConsumer. We will see the another example like BiConsumer, and then here I have taken the one consumer one integer and adding that consumer and providing the accept method, okay, and consumer 2 integer and multiplying the consumer. So now we'll see consumer 1 and then consumer 2 accept of 5 comma 10. See, here we are going to display two different right. So first we will see comment this one. Our intention is and then operation, right? See, it performed the first operation 5 plus 10 15. After that it performed the another operation 5 into 10 50. So such a way you can combine other operations. See, along with this, right, like by function, by predicate, by consumer, right, we are having another predefined methods like a double function, double consumer, double supplier, okay, and int consumer. These and all are right. Suppose if our requirement is like a explicit return type, right, predefined. If you know everything, then you can go ahead and use this function, predefined double function or double consumer or int predicate or any values. Otherwise, right, it is a good practice to go ahead with predicate, function, consumer, supplier, by consumer, by function, by predicate, like that, okay. So I hope I have covered all the points in the predefined functional interfaces. If you like the content of the video, please subscribe my channel for further more videos. In future, right, I am going to deliver the complete Java tutorials and Spring, Hibernate and other frameworks, okay, as well as Oracle programming, okay. Please subscribe my channel. Thank you very much for watching this video.